My name is Lizzie. Each fortnight I'm bringing along a different origami fold, and that's to encourage you to get a little bit creative, do something new, and in it you'll find that it will give you a real break for your mind. So these sessions are all dedicated to my colleagues at UCH Hospital in London and for patients as well. And the idea is to encourage you to actually do something that will really help you relax. And there's nothing like doing something practical, I think, for doing that. And origami is a great way of doing that. From a piece of paper, you can make something incredible. Now, I'm just thinking it's the sort of start of a new school year, as it were, and that sort of fresh new feeling. Autumn's coming along, time to get cozy, and I really wanted to bring along something which is both a bit cozy and will also help you get organised too. And it may be useful later in the year as well. So it's to make a very simple, what's called an origami box, but what's called a Masu, which is a Japanese word, and it means a little square wooden box actually, which was used in the past actually to measure out rice. But it's a lovely little simple box from a piece of paper, and it's quite strong. You could use card and actually make it even stronger too. And I'll be showing you not only how to make the box, but also a lid as well. So it should fit nicely together like that. So this is perfect for gifts as well, but it is really nice to get organised too. So I've actually only just learnt this myself and really enjoyed it. So I hope this will be a treat and will get you feeling cozy and organised for the new year. So grab yourself a piece of paper. I'm going to show you just from white A4 paper, or it could be letter paper, but if you have got any pattern paper, now might be a good time to use it, so dig it out. And I hope this session will just allow you to get absorbed. I recommend going slowly. It's about enjoying the process. It's not about the final object, although it is quite useful. So you may even find yourself making quite a few boxes. I think good for presents for people too. And by making quite a few, you'll find that you will start to remember as well. It will happen. Your brain is amazing, but it's often repetition that helps you remember. So enjoy the adventure with me. Grab that piece of paper. I'm going to grab a board and let's get going. So here we go, just a normal piece of paper, and I'm going to fold it in half to make an A5 piece of paper. And the same goes with letter, it will all work well too. So I'm just taking my time, really lining up the corners. Enjoy that precision. And then good strong folds. It's the folds that give it the strength. And it's also just relaxing, putting that little bit of pressure in there. So then you can simply open it up, do a little tear. If you have your hand nice and close to the edge, it just can easily tear off. No scissors needed. And this is a beautiful box, no glue needed. It all works just brilliantly. It's traditional from Japan. So it's lovely to think this has been passed on through generations. So I'm going to make a square. So to do that, I'm going to make one corner and line it up like so. And I reckon we might as well make both the squares at the same time actually. One's going to be the base of my box and the other will be a lid. I'm going to remove this rectangle, so turn it over, lift up the flap and squash it down. I find these good for making little lists for myself, things to do for the day. That's it. And then tearing that off carefully. There we go. And I'm going to make a second square at the same time since we're here. So take a corner and line it up. Make a nice pointy triangle. Good, strong. Fold there. And we're going to remove a rectangle. And this is good for all ages. I mean, obviously children get most excited about origami and it's a brilliant thing for them to learn. The accuracy is quite hard for them, but very important. Good skills. And as an adult, you'll find it so much easier. Opening this up, a little tiny neck, but it encourages just complete absorption. And you're having to understand things as you go as well. You're getting absorbed with the materials, your hands, what's possible. So I've got two squares here now, and I'm just going to start with one. So let's pop the other one over there for now. So I've made a diagonal line if you have got origami paper, which is coloured on one side and white on the other, then this should be your white side actually. Great. So if you've got your origami paper, white side, and do that diagonal fold and then open up. And I'm going to do now the other diagonal fold. So taking one corner and meeting up with the other. Take your time. As this is a box, I do recommend being as accurate as you can. Obviously a box needs to be good and accurate. A wobbly box won't be so great. So this would be the right side. Now we're just going to take the corners and bring them to the middle, to that middle point. So it's very pleasing, very simple. Like so. I brought the top to the middle and the same the side and bring that to the middle. So these films, they're a little bit different from just demonstrating origami, because I'm encouraging you to, I suppose, enjoy the company, I think, that comes with origami, that we learn from others. And to me, that's what it's about, that community and that company and that time spent together. Outside point to the middle. And these films can be played any time. But I hope give you a little bit of cosy time doing something nice for yourself. And then the bottom corner up to the middle. That's it. So if you had coloured paper, it would all be on the outside now. Now all we're going to do next is take bottom edge and we're going to bring it to the middle line. So we're sort of dividing this in half, I suppose into quarters. So taking this, and maybe I should do it to the camera. So taking the top edge there and folding it over. Oh, a little bit hard to do in the air. I recommend you do this on the surface. So I'm bringing that to the middle line there. There we go. Squashing it down. And the same with the bottom edge, bringing that up to the middle, like so, so that they meet. This is going to be the bottom of your box, the bottom of your Masu box. I can see it's not quite perfect. So the good thing with paper is you can always line it up again until you're happy with it. Like so. There we go. Now open it up. Open it up like so. Those little sort of tongues always stick down. Turn to the side. And we're going to do the same thing. Bring that top edge to the middle line. Again, I'll do my best to do it to the camera. And then I may need to neaten it up. No, I'm going to need to neaten it up, I think. So I brought that top edge to the middle. And then the same bottom edge. So I've just divided everything up into a grid, really. Just good strong lines. Okay, so if we now open it up, you've hopefully divided everything up nicely there. That's it. Great. So our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull out the sides like so. Just those two sides. And we're going to take the top edges and fold it down. And the same with the bottom one. And you have got this nice long shape like so. That's it. Now, I think the key to make sure everything later folds well is to take this bottom edge and we're going to fold this edge up to that line. And actually the diagonal line is already there, but it would just help give you everything in the right direction later on. So we're going to take this edge and fold it up there. It should go really easily actually, because you've actually already got your lines there, I reckon. There we go. And we're going to do it again the other way. So we're effectively doing a little cross there, and we'll do a cross there as well. And that will just help you, I think, later on. There we go. So again, oh, probably better if I do it. I look on the surface. So I took that top edge and I lined up there. And can you see now? You can see a nice little cross there. And we're going to do the same now for the other end. So I'm going to take this bottom edge and bring it up, lining up along that line. And we're giving that little cross. There we go. And I just need to do the other edge. So I'm going to take this top edge and line it up there. It's only in your hands and your mind that this will start to make sense, and enjoy the challenge. So there we go, we've got this nice little shape. And believe it or not, this is very much a box already. It really will quite easily open up now. I'm going to now turn it to a vertical position, and I'm going to open up those flaps, which is the inside of the box. And now, because of the folding we've already done, hopefully, she says, this should be fairly easy. So we are opening it up. Well, also this is interesting into a camera. And this will all fold over. Realising how hard it is to do it into a camera. Sorry, I'm going to have to do it to myself, but hopefully you will see. So it was all like this, and I opened up the sides, and now you will find you'll have to maybe slightly reposition things, that you've got the sort of bottom of the box there and that square in the middle, and you can then wrap this over. Again, you'll only discover it in your own hands, but that is the sense of achievement that you'll get. But it should quite easily actually tuck over. And can you see it? That little end up here tucks in the middle, and you'll see that you've got it in the right position. So I'll try and show this again. Again, I'm afraid I found it a bit too difficult to do it into a camera. So I am thinking that's the edge of the box there. I'm lifting that up. And as I'm lifting that up, these sides stay in. Like so, she says. So it should be sticking up like that. And then you'll be able to push this over, and it will all line up in the middle. Can you see you've got your little squares in there, those little triangles. So you've made yourself a very nice little base. It is a box already, it's a little tray, but you can also make a lid as well. I hope you figured out that last bit. Not the easiest to show into a camera, but please play around with it. It is all there, and it's sort of coming up, down, and then tucks down into the middle. And it gives this lovely double layer, which means it is pretty strong, considering this was just a little piece of paper. So we're gonna do one more, which is basically the same, except you're leaving a gap at one point, which will make the lid a tiny bit bigger, because you want it to be a nice little snug fit. So let's give it a go. So again, we have got same size piece of paper. If you have origami paper, this is the white side. So we've done one diagonal, let's do the other diagonal as well. So this is almost a recap of what we've just done. And hopefully you'll enjoy finding it easier the second time. So I'm next going to bring outside to the middle point. And this has been something on my bucket list to learn for a long time. It's funny how anything new can feel a bit intimidating. And thankfully I found some nice YouTube videos already out there, of course, showing things. And that's really how I've learnt mostly. I find diagrams I get so confused by. And I just need a person really to show me the top into the middle. It's a bit like an envelope, doesn't it? That's it. Lovely shape. Enjoy these lovely little layers. And I'm going to bring the bottom into the middle and the top to the middle so they meet together. Actually, this is the point that's different for the lid. So we're going to bring the top, but we're going to leave a tiny gap in the middle. And it is really important, or else your box lid will not fit. Can you see I've left a little gap there? And the same for the bottom. I almost made the bottom of the box rather than the lid. Can you see? So we've left a little gap. And it's just a bit of a guesstimate there. But you do want it to be a slightly different size. Like so. I'm trying to keep it nice and straight. So it's like that. So there's a gap. Now open it up. Keep those little tongues down there. I'm going to turn it round, and next I'm going to do the same thing. Top edge, bring to the middle, but leave a little gap in the middle because we want it to be a lid. Like so. And then the bottom, little tiny gap there, like so. There we go. Right, and then opening everything up. This could be many other things as well. It could become a picture frame, all sorts of things. We're going to take this side ones out, and then bring over the edge. It should go quite naturally, like so. There we go. So it meets, but of course there's a little gap. And it's the same idea again, that we're going to take this bottom edge and line up there to give a little cross at both ends. A cross at both ends, because that will really help for making your box. You'll just find then it goes the right position. Again, the top, and we're going to line it up there. Again, giving that cross. Like so. There we go. Same with this side. So this top edge. There. And then bottom edge. Lining up there. There we go. So we're in the same position again. Let's see how it goes. So it's opening up these sides. This will be the base of the box, which is all that square at the bottom. And then we want to get the sides of the box folded over. And it's a little bit of a puzzle, but enjoy that feeling of it puzzling. So these little bits fold inwards, and then this goes over the top, and then it then goes in there. Now you could add a little bit of Pritt Stickle glue with all of these little flaps in the middle, but you absolutely don't have to. So again, I am bringing in the sides. You may have to just check that things are going in a nice position. Bringing that up, you see, bringing that up over there, and it will tuck down. It's just very pleasing. And hopefully, because we left those little gaps, hopefully, this is just a tiny bit bigger than the base. Let's see. So taking this one and popping it over. Yay! It's a really nice plush fit there. And if you just did that out of card, slightly thicker, it would be really quite tough. Really quite a professional box. And obviously you can think as to what sort of size box you want for something. You can maybe get organised, or maybe you can keep things in it. I hope that's been a really lovely fold. It's a very practical one, and it is a real piece of magic. And that's all from Japan as well. Isn't that an amazing thought? I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you.